Selecting the right claims for a workers' comp claim audit can make your time much more efficient and effective. Hello, my name is Michael Stack, and I'm the CEO of AMAX. And today I want to give you some tips in order to help you select the right claims for an upcoming workers' comp claim audit. I want to give you some basic criteria, and then I want to give you some special tips for you to go deeper into selecting these right claims. So here's the criteria. The first set of criteria is claims greater than $25,000. So claims greater than $25,000. And as you're looking through your loss run, the way that I recommend always to do this is just grab a highlighter or grab a pen. Highlighter is easy. You can go right through your loss runs and you can just select those. You take a look through them. You're like, okay, that's a good one. The claims greater than 25,000. Let's go through this. And obviously, depending on the number of claims that you have, you can adjust some of these dollar values up or down to be what's right for you. But that's a good place to start. Another good piece of basic criteria is out of bounds, or what I like to call out of bounds medical only claims. So you're looking at a claim and you're like, what is going on with this thing? It's got this is a medical only deal, but the amount paid is really high and the reserves are really high. What is going on here? This seems just kind of out of bounds. Again, take your highlighter, highlight that one for one that you want to look in your audit. Another piece of criteria here is ones that are of tips of ones that you want to grab, or you only want to grab open claims. So only open claims. There's some value, or there can be some value in auditing closed claims as far as what happened and best practices, etc. But really, you're going to get the most bang for your buck if you only audit open claims. Again, this speaks to the idea of out of bounds medical only ones. Claims that have large reserves. So why is the reserve on this thing so high? Maybe the paid is not very high, but the reserve is really high. Or you're just looking at it and you're like, well, yeah, that's the one we gotta put in our audit. So anything open claims with large reserves, the medical onlys that are open for greater than 6 months. So again, that speaks to the out of bounds medical onlys. This thing is a medical only. It's a reasonably small medical only, but it's open for longer than 6 months. What's going on here? This is something we need to check into. Another piece here to look at is your reserve authority. And so what will happen with this is the adjuster will have a reserve authority amount that they can go up to, let's say, 25,000, or they can go up to, 50,000 without having to get approval. So their reserve authority, they can go up to a certain dollar amount. So if you see that if your reserve authority in your scenario, but the claim is reserved at say 24.9 and the reserve authority is 25,000, or the claim is reserved at 49.9 and the reserve authority is 50,000. That's a pretty big red flag that you're like, there's something going on there, that the adjuster just didn't want to ask for greater reserve authority, but they know that there's a piece. So you want to take a look at one of those claims. That's a red flag, kind of an out of bounds red flag marker that you want to make sure that you're taking a look at. And the last piece is that if there's an open claim but there's no action on, nothing's been paid on it, there's really nothing happening on it, and it's been open for greater, and that's been open for greater than 6 months. So it's been about 6 months since there's been no action on this claim. So what's happening? Why isn't this thing closed? Let's take a look at this and let's get a better understanding in our audit of how we can now improve maybe the course or the path of this claim. As I said, if you can select the right claims, take your highlighter out, use this criteria as far as selecting this right claims, it can make your time spent doing these audits much more efficient and much more effective. Again, my name is Michael Stack, and I'm CEO of AMAX. Remember, your work today, workers' compensation, can have a dramatic impact on your company's bottom line, but it will have a dramatic impact on someone's life. So be great.